So, time to move on to another year. And the good thing about when you discover an artist like Michel, in my case here, is as soon as you release something new, you're on it immediately. And this album is also an amazing album. You can play from start to finish, all brilliant stuff all the way. Just check this out, amazing. Another project that became a huge success was Yazoo. After Vince leaving Depeche Mode, you was very interested to see what he would do next. And oh boy, did he deliver with Yazoo. Those two albums is amazing. But I think apart from Situation though, it's not a great record. But this one with all the extended version and all the parts in it is just amazing. Check this out. And when you discover Depeche Mode, you discover Yazoo, and then you can follow the label Mute and see what they are up to and see if they have more stuff. And indeed they have. Here's another good example of a track that I haven't found if it wasn't for the label, I think. So just some good bass line here coming your way. Check it out. As you can hear in some of my clips here, it's like a lot of electronic sounds that leads me into the techno music I like. And in some of the records, even those records that are over 40 years old, you can hear immediately the techno influences that we do today. So check this part out from a 12-inch of Depeche Mode. So I already talked about Soft Cell and the amazing album that came 81, but they did an extended Danse album 82, and this is like a rework of one of their previous singles, and I think this track is probably my favorite track of all the Soft Cell. Just check this one out. It's, yeah, brilliant. Again, if I hadn't had friends that picked things up and their bigger brothers, because I'm still at a very young age, only 10 years old, I probably haven't discovered this record. And I have a few tracks with them that I really like. Not all of them, but some of them. And again, it's the electronic vibe that is everything for me. Here is another killer album that you need to check out. When they use the TR-808, Roland drum machine, and you get that really good mix of it, it just blows everything else away. So yeah, apart from the good drums, the synth sounds and everything in this album is like, it's just a match in heaven. We need to play one more from the amazing Rational Youth, and this time I select the 12-inch version of one of the tracks. Again, amazing production, and yeah, what a sound, what a vibe. Another group we need to highlight that meant a lot for the electronic scene is this one. They released a single before, but now it's the first album out, and this track I think is one of the best on the album. I talked about soundtracks from movies before and how important they were for me when I discovered new sounds, and sometimes they put out a full soundtrack album of it with the best parts, and this track with Giorgio Moroder I think is one of his best ever. Speaking about influences and sounds, I think another genre that really came through in '82 was the new style, the Italo disco thing. And I think this one is one of the greatest moments in that starting period. It's actually a cover of another track from I think '78, but this version I think is really the best one. getting inspirations from different music genres, and now we go into the dance genre with the very special artist Divine and the excellent producer Bobby Orlando, 1982. And when you find a producer, a sound, then you can simply follow it. I think this other track here, the first time I heard this was on the radio. I was laying in my bed late at night with a tape recorder, and sometimes late Saturday evenings they could play like crazy tunes, not that they shouldn't play like normally on daytime, and this is what I heard. We already talked about Kraftwerk, and we already talked about the Roland TR-808, the drum machine. But when you combine those things that Arthur Baker did together with John Robbie, you get this result. What a classical moment in music history. John Robbie seems to be on the tracks where the 808 was very much present, and it's the same with this next track, and it's actually the first track I have that is mentioned techno in any way, and this track is called Techno Trax. So John Robbie and Man Parrish did this on an 8-track. They bounced the sounds back and forth, and they didn't have any sync or anything like that, so they needed to like manually sync the drum machines and stuff. Like really interesting production, and this album with all those tracks is worth checking out. And I played the hit song of this album. You probably heard it before, but can't play it enough. Some really nice music from 1982 in the previous clips. If you want more of my music, check the mixes on my site. You can start with the 1982 in the mix, a lot of good music in there. Another thing I mentioned was Italo Disco that was starting to pop up, and if you want to check out more of the Italo Disco things, there is also an Italo Disco mix on my site. So the site or the app, just check it out, and if you have similar memories to mine, just comment down below and I hear from you there.